Hey y'all. So yeah, let's get started with part two. I did not know part one was going to be an hour long. And to believe it or not, I actually cut out a lot. Yep, I sure did. But sometimes I don't even know how much information it is in my mind until I actually start to edit the video. And I'm like, damn, I didn't even notice I was talking that long. But anyways, so there's some other things I want to bring up when we going over this, because I want to break some curses and spells that we put on ourselves and others put on us, and when we get into a relationship with a narc or somebody with just strong narc tendencies, our whole world becomes about them because they put us in that position like all the time. So I was looking at Fat IG, and what's interesting is that her IG is called Tobe Calls Me Fat. Also, he gave her that name when they got together. So he basically shaped her image and she just allowed it. And you can even see that being reflected in her IG because she's an artist, right? Like this girl is beautiful. It's just that she don't see it. And I was listening to the lyrics of the 5-5 song, which the music is great. I don't take shit from the music, but I believe that he wrote her lyrics. Now, think about this for a second. Think about this for a second. I don't believe this girl ever made music before. I honestly believe he like, look, if you're gonna be with me, you gotta make music with me. And he forced her to participate. So even when we go back to the videos, at some point we already seen that part in part two of the videos. He kept saying that he needs somebody to elevate him to the next level, whatever he considered that, somebody that is basically just like him, which are into the same things as him. Which I do understand, but it's like he don't appreciate her for all the other things that she does. When she said that she is a great conversationist, she could help him be humble. She could help him communicate better with people. Those are things that he should value, but he don't. In the video, he said, I don't need that. So ever since they got married, it seemed like he molded her into his image of what he felt like he wanted or deserved or needed in his life. Now, in her lyrics, she said that I was raised in Grand Rapids. My pops was inactive, so her dad wasn't there. And my mom was forced to adapt. So she didn't have a father. I'm telling you, that creates an insecurity in people. And for women, it's like they will look for their dads. And men, And a man, see, they will look for a daddy instead of a partner. Let me try to make sense, communicate that better. Okay, so they would get somebody um that could dominate and control them. A lot of times when I come across women who didn't have a father figure in their life and they have this picture of what a man should be, it is a lot of times dominating and controlling. It's because, like, when you live with a man, when you have a father figure in your life, you get to see times where that man is being vulnerable. You get to see times that that man was afraid or when he cried, and you start to appreciate those things. Because when living with my dad, I seen him go through those emotions, and it made me appreciate him and appreciate those emotions in other men. When you don't have that example, then it's like the imagery of what a man is get built by either society, television, or whatever, even probably by your mom, which she might not have a good perception of what a man is. It's different when you actually living with a man, been raised by one, and you get to see them go through life and see them go through experiences. Then you know what to truly expect. So, yeah. And then a man who don't, it's the same thing with men who don't have their fathers in their life. They might feel like, well, a man can't show emotions. A man can't be this, a man can't be that, because they haven't had that example of seeing them, because it's normal to have emotions. It's normal to cry sometimes. It's healthy, actually. And sometimes you just can't help it. Like, that's how your body is working with each other to help you heal and release. And you should allow yourself to go through those emotions. But see, when a man don't have an example of another man going through these situations, like, even when they go through the situation, they will beat themselves up about it, or they will try to repress it. And then they will go look for an example of a man, but a lot of times it lead them down a toxic route. They get attached to a father figure that is a demon, you know? So it's it's sad out here. But let's go back here. Now, to even find her art, I had to scroll all the way down, because the rest, as she get more involved with him, because this is like 2017, look how good she is. And then as we go up and she get more involved into him, it just comes all about him. You see this? And even when I see stuff that she writes on here, because I feel like this whole page is not her authentic self. I feel like he control it. He told her what to post. He told her what to say under the post. I hope this girl break free, because she could be very powerful even on her own. Look at this. This is her wedding day. Look how sad her eyes is. See, this the truth. She says she don't even remember taking this. And I guarantee it's like she probably didn't even have much say in the wedding, because it's all about him. and what he want. So the reason why it's such a whirlwind for her and she can't remember is because she was just thrown into it and she had to perform. It's like her life is a constant performance with him. She just can't relax and be herself. I guarantee if they was to ever split up, you would see the transformation of this page. She probably even delete this damn name. Look at what it say. Tobe calls me fat. Her whole identity is wrapped up in this nigga. Girl, please. She is too beautiful and too talented to be wasting it on this nigga that don't even appreciate it. Look, no more art. No more art. No more art. All about him. See, this look like her art, but look who it's for. This is nice though. Another red flag of battered women syndrome, like everything the woman do, she have to give acknowledgement to the dude. Yeah, because you know she don't want to crush his fragile ego. Oh boy. Mm-mm-mm. She has such a sadness in her eyes too. She just can't even hide it. No more art. What? Who is this woman here? Like, who is this? She be in all the videos. Like, the fuck? See, this supposed to be husband and wife, right? But he's also, because I seen he also got her dressed up in the tradition of being one of his wife too. See, I'm telling you, man.
Hold on, let me get back in my bag. Look, I don't juju on the beat. I'm a guru when I speak. No papaya, I'm a Niger boy. That foo-foo when I eat. I'ma lose you if you weak. Catch a bruise if you repeat. I'm Desmond Tutu. Yo, flow boo-boo. I got Google when you speak. You got baby flow. Pacify. All I spit is dragon fire. I just create all the food on my plate. This beat appetizer. Yeah. I ain't even touched the main course.
Also, this woman has sickle cell. And at times she just looked extremely tired, like she just need a break. Because she is a Capricorn, which I believe she is. When I see her birthday is always around the same time. So she is ambitious, but she giving all her energy away to him. And being around somebody like this that make it all about him is exhausting. It's exhausting in itself. And even while she was pregnant, she couldn't take no breaks. She couldn't relax. No more art. She almost looked like she want to cry in this photo. All right, let's get into this video.
And this is the thing. I told her, like, hey, listen, I'm not in love with you. And to be honest, you don't really want to be with me. Because you want to be with somebody who feel the same way about you that you feel about them. And that is not me. I do not have those feelings for you like you have for me. So, in your mind, you think, I really want to be with you, but you don't. Because I want to be with you like that. And you don't want to be with somebody like that. So, when that happened, Fat was heartbroken. But I was like, it's a necessary heartbreak. I wasn't feeling bad about it. I ain't gonna lie to you. When I told her that, I literally felt liberated. Like, woo! Thank God I got that off my chest. She is free to go find the man of her dreams, and I am free to find my queen.
All right, so let me
See, she could barely take it. Look at him. It's like he's so happy to tell this side of the story, but he don't want to show no vulnerability to her. Like, no appreciation for who she is as a person. And it's like she just annoyed because I feel like that he's not telling, he only telling like parts of the story. Let's see what she say.
let me go back to when he told me that, and I'm gonna tell y'all how I felt when he did that.
Okay.
He told me, because I'm coming back from Christmas break. I'm like, all right, where my boo at? We about to get back together. Hey. And so then when he came around, he was like, yo, like, I don't want to be with you. I was like, what you talking about? He said he was gonna take a break. Like, what happened over this break now? Because my mind already jumped. Like, who he done met while I was on break or whatever. So then he says, I'm not in love with you. Like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, like, I was hurt. I was for real hurt. I was doing the crying thing. I didn't want to go outside. I didn't want to talk to nobody. Like, I was going through my for real, like, rom-com breakup.
I can't eat, babe.
It was bad, y'all. It was bad.
Without you in my life, I can't go on, babe. Now go ahead.
I'm about to get my roll on. All right, so that's when, like, I told like my best friend, I told my mama and stuff that's happened, and that's when they was like, oh, why would he do that? And so then after I released everything, and I was just sitting there, and I was just thinking, like,
The whole story is not being told. Like, even with her response of her people being like, why would he do that? What, tell you that he don't want to be with you? It's more to the story. So I'm gonna pull some cards. I'm gonna pull some cards because there's more to the story than that. All right, so really, what really happened during this particular breakup? Shuffle them real good. I can't find my cord for my Yeti mic. All right, so what happened? What's the truth of what happened during this break right here? I really felt like she thought that they was gonna get back together. They might have even been like communicating a little bit during like the break or whatever. But I felt like she had a reason to think that they was gonna get back together. Okay. What truly happened over this breakup? I also feel like he thought he was about to do a come up at that time. Like he at that time thought he was going to blow up or something. Something made him feel like he was going to come into more success. That card, that's the Ace of Pentacles. That card came out sideways though, so I'm thinking that he got too excited. Yeah, I feel like, see, he have insecurities around being taken advantage of. He don't want people to take ownership of anything that he do. So he thought at that time he was about to do a come up. So that gave me the feeling like he was like using her. Cause remember he was saying that, you know, he was broke at the time and she would help him and all this other stuff. But then he had a situation where he was like, oh, no, I'm about to be rich. I'm about to be successful. So I don't even need her anymore. And then drop her. And then he dropped her. And breadcrumb her. Because he didn't want her to go too far away from him in case he still needed something. Yeah, he's selfish. He was just using her at the time, and then when he felt like he didn't need her no more, he left. He dropped her. All right. I'm gonna ask why her family, how her family felt about the breakup at that time. Because I'm sure it was multiple effed up situations, but How did her family feel about the situation at that time? I could see her talking to them. Yeah, she probably even talked to them in a way like, because she feel like she understands him at a deeper level. Like she kind of make excuses for him. Like, yeah, he can't really open up because this happened to him and stuff. She was extremely understanding. And yeah, she was still holding on to him because, see, and he's a Pisces, and he probably was feeling this energy. But just because you feel the energy, it don't, he might not been reading it 100% correctly. Okay, yeah, she might have been excited to get with him because she's seeing major potential in him and seeing that he's on the path of success. Yeah, that could be true. He could have felt that inside her energy. But it doesn't mean that that's all she wanted from him. And it doesn't mean that she didn't love him. And also, it's natural for a woman who came from a single mom or came from a home that they didn't have a lot to want security. So just because he felt that energy of wanting security doesn't mean that she was a gold digger. And I felt like she was aware that he was picking up on that energy. So she tried so hard to prove to him that, no, I'm not like that. But his own fears of vulnerability or being made to feel stupid or something like that, he projected a whole lot of negativity on her. And then he couldn't even appreciate her for who she is. So how did her family feel? About this breakup? I mean, they was sad for her. I believe they felt like he might have been cheating, but they didn't like the fact that he was so controlling. And at times they felt like she was a bit delusional about him. Like they seen red flags and stuff, and they tried to warn her, but she's stubborn. They try to tell her, like, look, this man is no good for you. Like, he's really controlling. Mm. And they also realized that she was still stuck on him. Okay, let's continue.
Like, you know, he's right. I really don't want him if he don't want me the way I want him. And I had to think, like, if I serve the God that I serve, and if I say that I'm a Christian, then I need to believe in the word And the word says, like, he'll give you the desires of your heart. Like, if you like living for him, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you really like steadfast living for him, and I was, and that's what I wanted. So if I'm sitting there holding on to something that don't want me, then I'm not really believing God, because he'll give me the desires of my heart. And I desired love. I desired like it to be an equal thing. You know what I'm saying? So after I realized that God is going to give me exactly what I need, and what I need will become what I want, right? And so I can't keep chasing what I want. I need to chase what God like needs me to have, right? So then
I need you to keep doing my hair, because you just literally stopped.
So then I was getting.
You see that? Now, see, people don't even notice how much they talking about their inner God when they talking about God. Basically, in that conversation, she was talking about self-respect, but she just externalized it because she feels as God is outside of herself. But this motherfucker, see, he might not even be conscious. I'm telling you, it's just this little micro things that tells you the truth of a situation. You know, she said that she need to go after what God intended for her, or what God needed for her. And then he said, I need you to finish my hair. This motherfucker got a God complex. He think he God. He think he God. Dang. He don't even really listen to her when she telling her stories either. Like her perspective. He's very dismissive. Like every time she's talking, it's like he just thinking of ways to put her down, ways to make her feel less than, oh, big ass baby, insecure ass nigga. Damn, give this nigga a pacifier. Give this nigga a pacifier.
Into it, y'all. So then once I came to peace with that, I was like, okay, like I'm good. Like it hurt or whatever, but I was excited for what God had for me. Because if I felt that way about him, then whoever I meet, like whoever God really sends, is gonna be like 10 times that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be equal in the love that we share or whatever. So I started moving. Like I put myself together, I got out, I got a different job, I got a car, I started managing at Nordstrom, I started teaching, what I really wanted to do. I started teaching art, like I started moving, like really like painting like I wanted to. And I just started doing really well for myself. I tried to date.
See, she was doing really what she got into, what she wanted, her art. She started to follow her own path.
Some real bums.
Boys, ain't me. You feel me?
Though, like when you meet like a man of like for real integrity and character and stuff like that, like you go on dates and you see straight through somebody. Like it's so bad.
Boys
like,
out here trying to get them draws.
On the first date, on the first date, I'd be like, oh, you taking me? Where we about to go? What we about to do? Nah, first date, what you gonna do with your life?
She was asking
and then sit there and wait for your answer. I need to know, because I don't have time to waste. Like, right. Oh, you good?
Fat was going on dates with boys, asking boys, hey, all right, so what's your purpose? Exactly. Boys was like, I thought we was just trying to, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, I needed to know. Right, I need to know everything. So yeah, he was dating, he was out there dating every girl that he thought he wanted, and realized that that's not what he wanted, because you don't really know. You don't really know until you figure it out. So he went and tested the waters, and it just wasn't me. But so then what happened?
I am. For one, she probably didn't even give the dudes a real opportunity, because she was comparing them to him. That's all I heard. Yeah. I feel like those are good questions. Like, Like, what are your goals? What are your plans? Like, what do you really want in life? Mm.
Coming around a little bit, and we started like to communicate.
Fan, you gonna let me chime in because you've been telling a lot of the story from your perspective.
Because mine is true.
What happened was, after about a year of not talking,
You heard what she said right there? He said, from your perspective, and she said, because of mine is true. She don't think that his is, and I believe her. Let's rewind it.
Like communicate.
fan, you gonna let me chime in because you've been telling a lot of the story from your perspective.
Because mine is true.
What happened was, after about a year of not talking, Fat going into the chamber and transforming from Urkel to Stefan. You know what I'm saying? We became cool after a while, and like was just on some platonic friendship stuff, and we would tell each other about the dude she was dating or a female that I was dating, and we became cool.
Yeah.
And then after that stuff didn't work out with the people that we were talking to, we got, you know what I'm saying, a little bit closer, but not like that. Like it was extremely platonic, and I was just like, I started feeling some type of way about Fat, but I was just like, I'm not gonna move forward with Fat unless I had peace in 3 areas, right? And the first area was, I always thought Fat was like a really good option, but I never felt like Fat was like the one. Like I always wanted to have them butterflies, that euphoric feeling for the person I thought was the one, but I always thought she was like a solid option. So my homegirl Maggie, who invited me to an event, Fat just happened to be around me at the time, and there was another dude around me at the time, and I was just like, I want to go to this event real quick, and we just went as friends. Well, first of all, before we went into the event, I gave Fat the speech that I usually give her, like, hey, remember, this is completely platonic. Don't be in here trying to, scare away my queen.
I was like, I ain't tripping on you. I'm trying to find my,
and I was like,
my king. I'm trying to find my boy.
Exactly. And I was like, continue to tell yourself like that, and it might happen for you as well. Now, when we got in there, it was the first time I had ever been in a venue where...
You're right, girl. It was true. See, at this time, he haven't completely... Well, she a Capricorn, I seen Capricorns be dumb in relationships. I have, but they still maintain this confidence about them. So he could try to tear it down all he wants to, but it ain't gonna fully work. Capricorns have a lot of energy.
At least 5 different chicks that at one point in time I either wanted to talk to, like they was interested in me, blase was in the same venue at the same time, and they was all looking extremely beautiful. But the only thing it was, though, I did not have the urge to talk to not any one of them. So much so that I told Fat, hey, don't go too far away. Like, stay close, but still don't get no ideas, because I still don't want you like that, but don't go too far. So
see, he can't just make it a good thing. He couldn't just say that, oh, I wanted you close to me because, I was starting to appreciate you or something, or because I love your energy and stuff. It just, he have to put her down at some point in it. Child, where I'm at in my life now, I probably wouldn't even have went to that damn event with him on some real shit. I probably be like, nigga, nah. Nah, how you gonna invite me to a event, but you up here auditioning other girls and shit like that and looking for your queen, and like these niggas be a trip. Oh my God. These niggas be a trip. I be really looking at them like, y'all got issues, man. Issues. And she still, like, after how he did her, and she's still trying to be his ride or die and friend and stuff like that. So she probably was using other relationships to try to make him jealous because she was pretty stuck on him. Girl.
I had to leave that event and ask myself, dang, with all those options around it, was Fat really the one that I felt was the best option? I really want to talk to Fat in the midst of all of my options, and it was a choice. I did. So that was the one thing I needed peace about. The second thing was I had a problem not being able to say that I'm in love with Fat, right? I had a problem not being able to say I'm in love with Fat, right? And I talked to my boy Devin, because I always felt like the one I want to be with, I want to have like butterflies. I just want to have those ooey gooey feelings on the inside, right? He said you have a real worldly perspective of love. And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, if you remember the story when the Pharisees tried to make Jesus stumble and just say something stupid, right? Which they always trying to do. He was like, you remember when they asked Jesus, they said, hey, of all of the commandments, what are the most important ones? He said, that's easy. Love God with all your heart, then love your neighbor as yourself. And I was like, all right, what does that have to do with me and Fat? He said, if you can understand that at a basic level, you can understand that they asked him about the commandments. And he told them which ones were the most important. And if he said love God with all your heart and love your neighbor as yourself, then you can clearly see that love has absolutely nothing to do with feelings. And that it has everything to do with being a command and a choice. And you cannot command feelings. I was like, what you mean? He's like, if I told you to be sad right now, be sad. I command you to be sad. I would sound extremely stupid because you cannot do that. You cannot command feelings. He said, but love is a command and it's a choice. So if you can honestly say that, because I always felt like the love that I had for Fat was like a real ride or die type love, a real like conscious, like I know exactly who you are, you know exactly who I am type love. He was like, if you can honestly say that you love Fat, then that in itself is more than enough. That's all you need. But the world has gassed you up to make you believe that you need feelings.
So it said, love God and love your neighbor. See, when you're talking about God, you're talking about God within you, right? So love yourself. In reality, the man should have been telling him, like, you got some issues with loving yourself, and that's why you having a hard time with loving somebody else, period. You know, but now he don't got caught up in these religious texts and haven't learned nothing. He listening to a motherfucker who telling him like, no, you don't have to feel love. Just go by these commandments. And see, now look, he still don't like her and she's still unhappy. Dang. Golly, that's what I'm talking about. People are getting lost, indoctrinated and stuff. You know, he has a serious blockage in his heart chakra that he needs to release. Or he not gonna be able to love anybody properly. So, and that's what it is. And I know what he's talking about with this religion. I see it in the church all the time. They tell you that, you know, it's not even about love in general. It's about these commandments. So they get into these relationships where there's nothing really there but them serving this religion. And that's it.
You have to have this little euphoric feeling, and if you don't have that feeling, then it's not love, and that's a lie, and it's to trigger the enemy. But they gave it the term in love, and you could fall in and out of love with people. No, you get feelings, you lose feelings. You're gonna be irritated sometimes. You're gonna not be irritated sometimes. You're gonna be feeling like, oh, this is the best thing ever. And fat. All right, I'm just saying. So that sounds real simple, but it broke the shackles on my mind as it relates to that me wanting that euphoric feeling and wanting to just have those butterflies with the person that I want to be with for the rest of my life, right? So that was the second thing. And the third thing was that Fat had sickle cell, right? And in my mind, I don't believe in soulmates. I don't believe in this person, this is the only person for you. I believe in you choose who you want to be with, then you honor that commitment or you honor the covenant as unto God. That's what I believe, right? So I was like, the person I choose to be with for the rest of my life, I want to choose somebody who I deem is healthy, strong, fit to carry my seed, and I'm thinking about the future, right? And then God got on my head so heavy with like, dang, boy, when did you get so just confident and arrogant within yourself that you just really feel like you know what healthy look like? You know what tomorrow holds. Like what makes you think you can't go get somebody who you deem healthy and they don't die in no car crash the next day or get hit by a stray bullet or whatever the case is? Anything, just die of a random heart attack. You have no clue. You don't know anything. And he was like, if you know fat is the best thing for you, why would you be out here looking for the next best thing when you have the best thing with you? And I was like, oh, I guess I don't know what health is. He's like, you need to just honor and cherish what you deem as the best while you have her with you. So when I had peace in those three areas, I had absolutely no problem coming up to Fat and telling her, hey, listen, I want to be with you. And I told my homegirl at first, I was like, yeah, look, I'm gonna tell Fat I want to be with her. She's like, oh, you gonna propose? I was like, are you silly? Are you crazy? I said, I want to be with her. I just want to be boyfriend and girlfriend first. I'm like, no, let's just see if that works, a real relationship. So I went and told Fat, and Fat, when I first told her, because you got to understand, now it's been like about 5 years of Fat desperately wanting to be with me.
Don't.
It was little gas. So when I tell her I want to be with her, her initial reaction is what?
Stop playing. Like, I don't have time to play with you. I don't have time to play.
She literally said,
let me go back because when we went through that break and we started like becoming friends again, and then he started acting like he was interested again. I initially did not want to. I didn't want to because you gotta understand, like, it's just been years of me like, oh, you ready? Nah. Are you ready? No.
No.
Oh, no, you're not. You ready? Like, it had been like years of doing that, and I was tired. I was tired at that point. I told y'all how like giving everything to God. I was like, he gonna work this thing out for me. He gonna send like who I need. I'm good on you. I want what God has for me.
Yeah. And
I was just tired. And so then I talked to one of my mentors after we had that conversation. And she was like, you know.
See, the word mentor, like when you go to a mentor, you want that mentor to tell you how to think about a situation. So I'm finna see what her mentor said. But see, a lot of times people feel like they need a mentor when they feel like they can't think for themselves, or they feel like they can't trust their own decisions. So let's see what the mentor say.
You know what? Has he like lied to you or tried to intentionally do you dirty? It was like, no. Like, he was always honest, no matter if it hurt me or not. Like, he was completely honest. And she was like, well, in that case, like, if he's telling you something different and he's showing you something different, watch. I was like, all right, I guess. You know, I was like still hesitant, but I was like, I mean, I guess I could see. She's like, don't dive all the way in. You have to dive all the way back in, but just watch and see if it's different. And so I did. I started to like pay attention. I started to watch.
And that was great advice. Great advice. You know, because people do change. I know that because in a lot of ways I have changed a lot of times throughout my life. But I ain't really into going back to old because I feel like a lot of times within people is a certain type of lesson. and you learn that lesson and then you move on. You know, a lot of times people get attached to an ideal or something that is surrounded by somebody, but they're not paying attention to the energetic lesson within that person. Like after 5 years of trying to make shit work with him, most likely I would have got to a point where, nah, it's too much damage has been done. Like, I don't trust you, because she don't trust him. That's why she said no. But see, that's what I'm saying. They both settled. Because by the time he was ready, she was unsure. And now they still carrying this energy to this day. You can see it in their most recent interviews. It's like they don't even really like each other.
And he was different, and he had changed, and he was just softer. Like it was.
I don't know about soft.
No. I mean not like softer as like a man, but in his tone, like.
See, and then when she looking for changes, she's not looking for the right changes. She looking for a good mask that he could put on. Because basically he like, well, I guess I just choose you because these other women ain't really doing it for me. So I'm just gonna settle with you. So he became nicer to her or something like that. Nah, he needed to change as a person. And I guarantee that he, in a lot of ways, don't even feel like he have to change. So she should have suggested counseling or some shit, something. But with them being so indoctrinated, they probably just ran to the Bible or something, or to some church members. Child.
Talking to me, it was just different, right? It was just different. It wasn't on some like, hey,
you need to find you some better adjectives.
I'm a stiff arm you. Give me like at least 5 feet.
The fact that he's not even patient with her, the fact that she can't even fully tell her story without him feeling some type of way. You know, he's still caught up on the softer word.
Feet at all times, like that. It wasn't like, all right, you can come a little closer. I was like, maybe it is a little.
I wouldn't know some like hold my hand type stuff though.
I didn't say that.
Well, you said softer, and then
I meant like in your tone, not like
insecurities. He's still caught up on the softer word. This man got issues. He hasn't changed. It's just an illusion because he wanted to get you and to trap you because he could use you. The reason why he chose her is because he feel like he could get what he want from her. He could control her.
Right. Not like as a man. Put it out there. Like he's not soft, y'all. He not soft.
Man, you ain't gotta say that either, cause then that make me look even more soft. We try to well, it's all right, y'all. He ain't soft. He's strong. Him a strong man. Play for him. All right. Good job. Look at her. Good job, Pat. You're chopping. That's good. So anywho.
So I started paying attention, and I really like. So ladies, like if you ever go through something like this.